everybody. I'm Dr. 13, and you are on the Dr. 13 YouTube channel. Welcome. So, today I want to talk about a couple things. First, a question. Have you ever felt like you were being guided to do something, or encouraged, or even divinely led? Well, that is mostly in part as to what has inspired me to start making YouTube videos. The first thing I want to talk about today is having a relationship with your Creator. Now, I haven't always been the best. I spent a lot of years running from my faith and what I knew in my heart to be true. I had seasons where I would be greatly inspired by my faith, and it just never seemed to flow naturally. It always seemed to be something that was forced, or I had to focus on doing. As of, I'm thinking recently, it's been more like about a month now, I decided to start treating my relationship with my Creator like an actual relationship. If you were to approach a relationship in the way you do, as adding things to a checklist that you have to get done every day, or if you just squeeze in a few minutes with somebody at the end of your day, or just whenever you happen to think about it every so often, chances are that's not going to be much of a relationship, right? So I realized that had been my process for a lot of my life, and I didn't have a relationship with the Father or Christ. I only prayed when enough bad things were allowed to happen to cause me to seek Him out. Now, I'm prioritizing my relationship with my Creator. I talk to Him in the morning. I read His Word so that I can hear Him talk to me. I look for, I've got my eyes open. I'm paying more attention now. God doesn't always speak to you in an audible fashion. Sometimes it's through what you read, or some kind of random inspired thought, and sometimes you'll catch glimpses of it in what other people say. And when it stands out to you, it's pretty impactful. It really hits close to home, and you can feel like you are being directly spoken to. And really, that's the experience that I'm coming into now. My relationship is actually developing. like a lot of people see it as, oh, I have to pray, or oh, I have to read XYZ amount of chapters. When you stop looking at it like a have to do list, and you really come at it from a point of your heart wants to, like it changes so much. I'm learning things about the personality of this consciousness that we call God. And it's absolutely amazing. Uh, it's really hard to find words for sometimes. Just last night, I had been experiencing some difficulty with my vehicle having problems, and I totally overreacted about it, got super emotional, and I realized that I did at least one thing right. Instead of running to things that were unhealthy that had been my process before, I ran to the feet of the Creator. I immediately went to prayer. I was, I felt devastated, and I felt overwhelmed, and really like I had been forgotten about. And I cried out to God. And it's amazing sometimes how fast that you receive answers to prayer. So when I started prioritizing my relationship, I realized that I needed to read more. But I had an old style King James Bible that I've had literally forever. I've read through it, a lot of it, several times. Some parts more than others. I've read the Gospels a lot. I've read that. I just finished reading through Proverbs again. And really, you pick up on something different every time you go through it. But anyway, back to last night. So I had prayed and really poured my heart out in it. And I went inside. I had finished all my stuff for the day. I got as far as I could on fixing the vehicle. And I went inside. And my process as of late has been to do some Bible reading in the morning. And like if I have some downtime in my lunch break at work, I do some then. But definitely in the morning and before bed. So I have the Blessed app on my phone. Twice a day, it'll give you Bible verses. It also has a full-length Bible in multiple versions. Is the King James, New King James. I'm currently using the New Living Translation. It's a lot easier to understand. I realize a lot of the original words have deeper meanings than what we have words for in English. But if I feel like there's more to it, I can research that. But it has helped me tremendously as far as being engaged and comprehending what I'm reading. So yeah, anyway, last night after I prayed, I went inside and got ready for bed, and I was doing my reading. And I kid you not, the Bible verse directly spoke to me as if it was a direct response to what I had just been talking about. You know, like there's not a lot of experiences that send shivers down my spine. And while that didn't, it did, it felt like more than just the random Bible verse that it gives you. And it was crazy. It was amazing. And I loved that. And it's encouraging because now I feel like I'm not only being heard, but I'm being answered. And that's how relationships work, right? You talk to somebody, they talk back. So really you have to take the time to listen. You know, the Bible talks about be still and know that I am God. Jesus used to seclude himself in prayer. You know, there's so much more to this relationship and to this faith than mainstream Christianity alludes to. I've heard it said to me before that I needed to cultivate an actual relationship, but I don't think it clicked. And now that it has, I wish it had happened so much sooner. You know, to have that personal relationship, like, and I'm not talking about this checklist stuff. I'm talking about actually making time to sit down, make your thoughts known, and then to listen for a response. And while you might not get an audible response, I'm assuming there are cases where that does happen. For me last night, it was in text through going to his word. And that night prayer verse, it was just so spot on. It was absolutely scary. It was scary in a good way. You know, we're all responsible for maintaining relationships in our life. With the people that are here physically in front of us, it's so much easier. But when you realize that the importance of the relationship with your Creator, everything here is finite. Nobody gets out of this alive. You know, and I'm just really inspired, and I'm really looking forward to where this relationship takes me. I think I'm going to wrap up this video. So, till next time, I'm Dr. 13. Get out and touch some grass. Doctor's orders. Big love. Peace.